welcome back to Ravishingadmire. And today you will notice the intro is a little different. Usually I'm here in video form talking in the intro, but some of my footage got lost while making this video, so I have no clue what the intro I filmed for this is. But anyways, here is me, a Brooklyn Comic Con recap. In this video, I'll be showing you everything having to do with Brooklyn Comic Con, me setting up, the aftermath, and child, when I tell y'all the aftermath of this con was a lot, it was a lot. So anyways, let's cut this intro short and let's just get right into me going to the event. This is me setting up Friday before the event. I'm so glad that I set up on Friday because I'm not a morning person, and setting up in the morning is something that I'm never good at. So I'm very happy for that, and I was definitely crocheting on the train for some last minute things. This is the way the setup is looking right now. Say hi. Hey. This is my helper, and we slayed. And then this is my inventory. We got 2 Bowser hats, 1 non-binary hat, 1 Gayish hat, Mario earmuffs, and Slay. And then we got Nana cat hat, Gojo, Karomi, Wolverine, Deadpool is coming tomorrow. And then all the Spider-Mans. And then we have my Nami shorts. And my little cookies. And then my Patrick. And my Yoshi egg. And then we have some of my, what's this called? My trucker hats. Not it falling. This is, yeah. Alright. And then I'm going to make more flowers tomorrow. So we're going to put that here. My bracelets. My mirror. My keychains and my stickers, and I put my business cards here. Great idea. My little Pokemons, my crochet kits, and some more plushies, and some more hats. And slay! And we slay! We slay! It's pizza, so it's lit. It's lit. Look at the pizza, and they gave out drinks, so shout out to Brooklyn Comic Con for that. And like, look at look at like the people that set up already. Oh my god, it's so cutesy, so cutesy. This is me on the Chamber for my event. I really love the way my Sanji brows came out, and nobody was looking at me at the drink, but I was crocheting Luffy while being Sanji because of course, and I had extra stuff to bring to the event afterwards. But before the event, I did have to go to Michael's to pick up some yarn that I was missing to make stuff. And I feel like whenever I have an event, I'm always in a mindset of like, I don't have enough inventory. I always need to go and get more inventory and crochet everywhere. So I definitely took advantage of that. And my helper was there sitting up for me before the event. And this was during Pride Month. So there was a whole bunch of Pride things, and I'm like, yes, Michael's of the gays. So period. I feel like the Pride stuff was also really, really cute. I didn't end up buying anything, but I appreciated all the rainbows and all the colorfulness of it. Then here's me after Michael's with my successful Michael haul. I did get everything I needed, so I was very, very happy about that. And then I found Luffy on the way. When I was going to Michael's, I found Luffy in a random shop, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm Sanji! It is Luffy! Oh my god! So then when I finally got to Brooklyn Comic Con, this was the line going into the con, and it had started raining at this point. And because it was raining, it ended up being so humid. But the line was so long to just get in a con. I don't know if Brooklyn Comic Con usually has a long line to get in, but it was really, really long. So I was like excited for how many people was gonna come because the line was wrapping around the block like twice. So it was a good little me mentally preparing myself for the day that I was about to have. This is how the foot traffic was looking at about 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock at the event. It definitely started picking up more about 3-ish, and it was really hot and humid, so it stinked, and it was just not fun. It was so hot. But anyways, this is my setup at about 2 p.m. and you can't see it, but there's absolutely no space in between the vendor tables, and there's no space behind it. So I was basically trapped behind there the whole time. It was a pain to get out of the spot I was in. I had no space. But this is me crocheting while at the event because things were selling faster than I expected it to, and I'm like, I need to make things so I'm not like so I'm not like sold out completely. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And he has a little jumper. What's his name? What's his name?
Chopper. Tony.
Oh, like the dog's name is Chopper. Oh, it's so cute. Hello, this is 1 a.m. reporting from Ravishingadmire on day 1 of Brooklyn Comic Con. This is honestly just my quick thoughts about it. I'll go more into in-depth review once the whole video's over, but day 1, girl, I had a blast. Everybody was loving the curly brow, which was period. I'm kind of stressing because I'm low-key like selling out and my booth is looking real bare. So I'm trying to make at least some stuff so my booth can get full again. But I'm just so thankful for the people that supported me so far. I've made more money here than I've ever made at an event in general over the past how many years I've been vending? Maybe like 2 years I've been vending, so I'm like so very grateful. I met so many cool people, so shout out to y'all. There is some meaty juicy scandals going on. People talk about that someone stole somebody's cash box or they cash, her hard-earned cash in it, and then there was a cosplayer stealing things from people's booth. There's a lot of stealing and ghetto-ness going on. So I don't really know a lot of what's going on. Yeah, you know, I'm finna be nosy, so I'm finna find out what the scoop is tomorrow. Trust. And I'm so sorry, like, I honestly don't have enough footage. I feel like I was just all over the place. I was walking around, talking shit there. It was so busy that I couldn't really get the time to think. And when it was time for me to think, my brain shut off. So hopefully tomorrow is less packed. Sales are still good, so I can actually have time to like record and whatnot. The day, I'm not gonna lie, the day dragged on. Even though it was a really busy day, the day still dragged on. Maybe because I'm just like tired. I honestly think it is because I'm tired, but y'all, I'll say my final thoughts at the end, but this is just a quick recap of day 1. I can't wait for day 2. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do for my costume. Oh, another thing, it was hot as fucking hell today, and it was raining, so it was humid. And y'all know niggas is musty as girl. You can't have a bunch of nerds in a fucking convention and it's raining. So now you're getting the must from the rain and the New York humidity, plus these niggas smell like shit. And surprisingly, the convention did not stink. That's one thing I can say about this convention. This convention does not stink. And I'm really surprised because it was musty outside and niggas was musty and it did not smell bad. So shout out to Brooklyn Comic Con for that. Shout out to the New Yorkers for that we don't really stick like that, apparently. But yeah, I'm honestly really trying to go to bed. I did not get much sleep last night. I went to sleep at like 5:30 in the morning, woke up at 8, and I was going in and out of sleep. So I'm very exhausted. But my mind, I'm still like, oh fuck, I gotta work. I started out of my plushies a lot faster than I thought I was, which I'm grateful, but it's still like, fuck, I gotta work. And I have an event I have 2 events every weekend for the month of June. So it's like, fuck, I can't stop making shit. And like, I'm very overwhelmed, but it's a happy overwhelmed. So honestly, I'm very satisfied with today. And I'll tell y'all the tea tomorrow because I'm gonna find out who was stealing and what the vibes are, because I don't like the fact that people stealing and it's only Saturday. I don't like that. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow in whatever cosplay I decide to put on in the journey. My boyfriend's gonna come with me tomorrow, and tomorrow's actually our 3-year anniversary on Brooklyn Comic Con, which is so cutesy. We don't have a matching cosplay for it. Honestly, me and him kind of just winging it. But yeah, I'm just very, it's like I'm so overwhelmed. I'm happy overwhelmed. But thank you guys for coming on this ride. I really hope I get more footage tomorrow. I'm so tired. So I'll see y'all guys tomorrow or tomorrow. I don't know, girl. My brain is like this. To Brooklyn Comic Con, day 2. How you feeling?
I feel like the Chainsaw Man, kind of.
He feels like the Chainsaw Man.
I look like Seth Rollins, bro.
He look like Seth Rollins, Genji, Kapachi, Silent Snake.
Goro Majima.
And I'm Reggie Q. Because I'm so slay. And he's probably cute as I was. But he's mainly Genji. And I put it onto his exhibitor badge so it can like match. We lit. And we're like low-key running a little late. But like 10 minutes. Which I hope is good. How you think today's gonna be? Hey. Booth is looking the next day. I had to make a few more things. I made this one last night and I made this one last night. But yes, this is how the booth is looking day 2. This is my boyfriend. Oh, I call you bad. Hold on. He's, as you can see, he's Genji. And he's slaying. And I'm me. And I'm slaying. That's honestly the only piece of footage that I've gotten on day 2. Day 2 was very dead. Like, compared to the first day, it was about less than half the people that was there the first day, which is expected out of Sundays, but it surprised me how little bit of people there were. But despite that, I still made pretty good sales for the little bit of people that was there. So now we're gonna go into me actually talking about the event, because boy do I have a lot to say. Hey everyone, we're back for Brooklyn Comic Con and with a new setup. Period. I put my banner in the back just because I feel like it's cuter and slay. You can see I have no makeup on. Honestly, this is just gonna be a quick video. I'm so sorry I didn't get enough footage of everything. I kind of did like a bullshit ass vlog, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna give my honest thoughts. Honestly, a lot of shit happened over the weekend and I want to like speak out for artists. Like, I had a good time. Granted, I had a great time. I ended up making about $1,500, which is the most I've ever made for a convention, so, or a market period. So I was like hype about that. But like, I guess by like con standards, a lot of the vendors say that like the profit is decent. I guess that's decent standards, but for me, bitch, I was lit. I'm not gonna lie, I was lit. Also, it's a very local con to me, so I don't have to pay for hotels and anything extra. I took trains there, so I didn't have to pay for Ubers and stuff. So it was I got to really keep most of that. The table fee was $300, so minus that, I guess, from the profit. But other than that, I feel like I did really well. I had a lot of fun. Shout out to the people. I'll put them here. Shout out to the people who like supported me. So many cool people came out. My cosplay friends came out. Like, I really had a great time. First day I was Sanji. The eyebrows going crazy. Everybody loved the eyebrows. That was nice. And then second day I was Dancing in Blood War Renkiku. So I honestly have really good things to say about the con. But let's get into the bad things, because child, when I tell y'all, there was definitely I don't have a tripod, I'm just holding it. Definitely bad things about this con, and we're gonna get into that. Now, one of the things I've noticed is that a lot of vendors really denounced this con. Like, even the vendors that were there that had been vending there for multiple years, everyone just agreed that that con is extremely unorganized. I mean, personally, I felt like that a little bit, but a lot of people feel like that very strongly, especially as they've seen the con for multiple years, which is not a good thing. Like I said, someone's money got stolen. Now, here's the story I heard. Take it with a grain of salt. But like, someone, so the vendor, she was by herself and she left her stand, I guess to go get some food or something, and someone went behind her stand and took her cash box, and it had like her cash, her keys, like a lot of really important stuff. So that fucking sucks. I don't know if she got her beef for it. I heard some people say she did. I heard some people say she didn't. So I hope she's doing well. I really don't know who it was. So I really, really hope she's doing well. And I hope that was situated, because that fucking sucks. And what I've heard, that they took too long. Like, they didn't catch who did it. That's what I'm saying. Some people say they caught who did it. Some people say they didn't catch who did it. Some people say that they know who did it, but didn't necessarily catch them, because it's the same person that steals from this convention or from artists every year. There's a whole lot of different stories. So, but one thing I've heard is that the staff wasn't as attentive as they needed to be during that situation. And the staff was really nowhere to be found during that situation, which I did not like. Because that's something that you need to be attentive to immediately. Immediately. And I 100% did not like that. And I feel very, very bad for her. And I, once again, like I said, I hope she's doing well. And that was not cool. That's what I didn't like about this convention. I'm like, girl, people still at this convention. So if you used to like, okay, granted, Brooklyn Comic Con is ghetto. Like, if you, okay, as someone from New York, if you in Brooklyn, she's finna get ghetto. Like, now what I say is like, it's something a really fun time if it ain't a little bit ghetto. No, but that's not good when it comes to like vendors and how they feel about the convention. So as an attendee, ghetto's good. As a vendor, ghetto is bad, and they definitely need to do something about that. Or I hope they did something about that, because I haven't got no updates on that. So the thing that was wrong with the con was that there was another girl that was vending, and there was a T-Mobile stand. So a whole bunch of T-Mobile workers were there trying to get people, you know, to join T-Mobile and get free phones and shit, and free iPads and shit. And the T-Mobile stand was playing loud music, and they basically stole all her sales because they were next to her, and T-Mobile was invading her space. And when she tried to talk to the organizers about it, the organizers did not do anything about it until the end of the event. So that whole day for that event, she was getting no sales. And the T-Mobile workers, when she was trying to talk to them to say, hey, like, can you like move or something, like, girl, like you're taking up my space. Like, they were being really rude to her. So that vendor ended up not coming back for Sunday, but they ended up kicking T-Mobile out for Sunday as well, which that's something, it's like, that should have been attentive to. She was complaining about that all day. The con was from 12 to 8 Saturday, 12 to 7 Sunday. If that's what she was complaining about all day, you should have not waited to 6 o'clock to kick them out or do something about that. And I also heard she was going to be reversed for her table because of that. So they have a lot of reversing to do because they're not paying attention to the shit that's happening in the con. And I didn't like that, because it's like T-Mobile, and like, y'all know T-Mobile, they be hagging you down. So like, any customers that would try to like go to her stand, they would take her, and then T-Mobile would take her customers and just start talking to them, and she just did not have a good experience. So I feel also really bad for her as well, because that should not have happened, and it should not have took so long for the organizers to do something about that. So I did not like that. One thing positive, though, this has been very negative. One thing positive I will say is, despite the amount of people, I feel like the people that come to Artist Alley are actually interested in the art. Like, y'all know sometimes when you go to markets, like, people are just there to, like, window shop and not engage. Even if people don't care about your booth, or even if people don't, I shouldn't say care. Even if people don't have the money to support you, a lot of people are still intrigued about your booth and about, like, you know, who are you as a person, as a business. Now, I felt like that, and my other vendor friends felt like that. I don't know if any felt like that, but I felt like the community really welcomed me with open arms, and the attendees really did. And that's something I really liked about this con, because even Sunday, when it was, I wouldn't say it was dead. Like, I feel like it was still busy, because I was still getting like 3 sales an hour for the amount of people there, I feel like that's pretty good. A lot of people were still stopping on Sunday, but a lot of people really invested in me and my business, which was really nice. Like I said, I was the only crocheter there, so that's probably why people were like invested in me and in my business. But shout out to the attendees. The attendees are great. I should, beside that person that we stealing, cause no, but from my experience, the attendees are great. I met a lot of great, wonderful people. So shout out to Brooklyn. This is the last time y'all gonna hear me like. Let me not be like that. Let me not be like that. But shout out to Brooklyn for this convention. Another thing that happened is one of my friends, she did the artwork for the exhibitor pass, and they promised to pay her. And 3 days later from the con where I'm recording this, they don't want to pay her. And they're calling her ungrateful. And I feel like if you're having an artist work be your badge for the exhibitor patches the Saturday and Sunday, and you're not planning to pay them, that's crazy work. Like, who do you think you are? Like, I feel like y'all got too ahead of yourselves. So I really don't like that. And that's honestly really makes me very icky about the con, because it's just like, you're not planning to pay your artists. Why? Are y'all broke? Even if they are broke, I don't give a fuck. If you say that you're gonna pay an artist, pay them. You're not above nobody. See, that's just me off. And so honestly, Comic-Con had a lot of problems on the vendor side, and you know, I'm gonna keep real with y'all. If y'all want to sit here and do this con, be very wary of literally everything I just said about staff not being there when they're supposed to be. And the staff, once again, the staff was nice to me. I had a good experience. I'm just speaking for people who didn't, just because I feel like their voices should be heard, and people that probably see this vlog and it's NYC local and wants to vend know about things like this, because it's very important. And that's why I really make my vlogs. So if people want to sit here and vend, they know, you know, what's the vibe. So, I mean, personally, even despite everything, I would do it again. Because, once again, I think the profit was pretty good for me. I had a fun time and nothing happened to me. But I'm definitely going to be weary of the organizers and definitely do shit my own way. So, that's just what it is for real. I mean, I had a fun time, but a lot of people didn't have a fun time, and I want to speak for them too. Now, like I said, a lot of vendors really denounce this con because of how organized it is, and they said they really don't like the staff, but they keep coming back because the profit is decent and because it's local to them. But my thing is, it's like, if you denounce a con and you really don't like the way it's run, and there's problems every year, why you keep coming back? Like, that kind of doesn't make any sense to me. So a lot of things, granted, I heard from vendors was just honestly a lot of resentment. Because a lot of vendors really don't like nobody there, but they're still there to get their money, which is like, period. It's also like, I ain't really like that. And because of that, a lot of vendors really packed up early. They didn't even go for the whole 2 days. Some vendors on Sunday left at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and the con ends at 7 o'clock. So a lot of the Artist Alley tables were like vacant by like 4 o'clock because people were so unhappy with the sales. And I heard the attendance was down this year as opposed to last year and the year before that. So the sales weren't good for a lot of people. Like I said, for me, I felt the sales were great. I made $900 the first day, and about $900 the first day, about $500 the second day, and second day was like less than half the people of Saturday. So I feel like I did pretty good, but also granted, I feel like a lot of the vendors, because they were sick of the con and organization, they did not really try to get customers, and they were just sitting there with like annoyed ass faces all day. Like a lot of the vendors there, I feel like were very annoyed about things that were going on, so they didn't really try to like really be friendly for real, or like honestly tolerate the bullshit that was happening. And I don't blame them, because it was a lot of bullshit that was happening to other people. And that doesn't give your vendors a safe space to, like, you know, feel safe in your environment. So I understand that, but it's like, I don't know. And another thing I did not like is how they have the cosplay runway in the artist alley. So Brooklyn Comic Con, they have other cosplayers like in a line, and it's basically like a runway, and there's photographers and stuff. But they have it in the middle of the artist alley, so the artist that's around it gets no sales for like a whole hour. And it's like, that should not be the case. Why are you having a cosplay runway where people have to not be in the vicinity of the runway and taking pictures? It can interfere with the runway in an artist alley when people are there to make their money. You're literally tarnishing the artist sales for nothing, really. Like, yeah, you like, my thing is, y'all don't have another spot to do it. The venue was 3 floors. Y'all should have did it somewhere else. Yeah, like, y'all literally could have did it somewhere else. That's something I really don't like. Once again, I was not in that vicinity of it. I was like, I think in the opposite side of where they were having it. But it still completely kills the sales of the artists around it. And that's not fair, because at the end of the day, we're here to make our money. And you're making it unfair for artists to get their money. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. So yeah, I think that's everything I had to say. It was a lot. Okay, one thing I will say, another good thing I would say is I like the fact that the convention started at 12. And I like the fact that they told us to come in Friday to set up. Because I feel like that was setting up Friday night as opposed to Saturday morning was a lifesaver, because I'm not a morning person at all. And coming early to set up at the ass crack of dawn is not something that I'm good at, granted. So I'm glad they told us to come in Friday. And I'm glad the convention started at noon instead of like 10 a.m. Because, once again, I'm not a morning person. I'm not coming to no con at 10 o'clock in the morning beating niggas' faces. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm doing that because, like, you know, I'm a vendor and I have to be there when it opens. But when I go to convention on my own time, girl, I'll be there at 3. I'm not going to be in nobody's face at 10 in the morning. So that's just something that's not going to happen. But, yeah. Once again, like I said, I had a really good time. And I hope you have a really good time watching this vlog. Even though the vlog could be short, I have no content. I forgot to record. And also, my phone ran out of storage. The next convention I'm going to be doing is Anatomo Con in Japan Village. And I'm really excited for that because the owner, I met her at like a Nana event. She's actually like the sweetest person ever. And she's the cutest person ever. So I'm very, very excited for that. So yeah, check out my Instagram for more places I will be. And honestly, I'm doing an event every weekend this week because I'm going on a trip in July and I need my monies. One thing about being a Capricorn moon, one thing about being a heavy person, a person with heavy earth placements, even as I'm a Gemini sun, I have a lot of heavy air and earth placements. Bitch, I'm gonna get that money. So yes, thank you to everybody I met. And if you want more like information on where I'm gonna be, follow my Instagram. And I hope everybody has a good day, good night, and a good rest of their life, and look forward to more videos coming soon. Bye everyone.